I hate to say it's over, but it is over, man. The NFL has clearly taken their stance with the Sanders family. And I'm here to say that there's been mistakes made on both sides. However, it is clear as day what the agenda is. And we're going to get into that into this video, man. We're going to talk Shedeur. We're going to talk Shilo. We're going to talk the Browns and Coach Kevin Stefanski and this quarterback situation. But it is clear the NFL is taking their stance on the Sanders family. And I actually thought that things were going pretty well with Shilo Sanders. However, he has to hold his temper in a game like that. It's the preseason. No matter what's going on, you got to be able to keep your cool and show a level of professionalism. This is something that I thought that would definitely be avoided with just knowing what's at stake, knowing the view of your family, and knowing how everybody is locked in on every move you guys make right now. I thought that Shilo would honestly respond better to situations like this that he would face, in the league. And I'm just being honest. I'm not saying that he wasn't right for reacting, but how he reacted to the situation definitely needs some work. And I thought he was professional enough to, know better than to do this. You know what I'm saying? That throwing punches on the field and all that, that's never going to go. That's never going to fly. So Shilo definitely, has to eat that. And do I think it was warranted for him to be cut? I don't know, man. I didn't really think that he was NFL ready yet. I think he still got some development to do. So it's not for me to say if he deserved a roster spot. I do think somebody will pick him up, maybe practice squad, and have him develop. And I do think he has some game, but do I think he's ready? Do I think he's ready for like an NFL slot, 1, 2, 3 at the safety position? I'm not completely sure enough to say that. However, you gotta hold your composure, my guy. You have to. You cannot react like that on the field. That was completely uncalled for. And I don't know if this is the only reason why he was cut, but I know that it's one of the reasons. It's already a lot against your family. People don't want to deal with what you guys come with. So, things like this, you just got to know better than you got to do better. And I'm sure Coach Prime is going to let him hear about it after that move. But I don't think that this chapter is over for Shilo Sanders at all. The kid has some potential. You know what I'm saying? I definitely think it's some things that he got to tighten up on. Got to get that athleticism right, get a little faster, get a little stronger for the NFL game. Learn some schemes. If you're not going to be the fastest and the strongest, then you got to be, the most level-headed and mental. And you got to have the mental side of the game down to a science. You know what I'm saying? But now we're gonna move on to Shedeur side of things, and here's where things get really, really messy, man. And you know how this media covers things, but look at Tony Grossi back doing Tony Grossi type of things. Not surprisingly, Shedeur Sanders receives louder ovation to start second half than Dylan Gabriel got for the 2-minute drive. That's already shade. That's already hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's already an agenda. Like, what is your agenda when you're posting this? Why are you comparing this between teammates? And I just think Tony Grossi, like, come on, bro. Like, you know better than this. And we're going to get into how Coach Kevin Stefanski and how the Browns organization is pretty much sabotaging Shedeur with the situation they put him in, the play call and the players. Everything was just terrible. And say if they didn't do it to sabotage him, what is your point in doing some of these things? Why aren't there being certain adjustments made for him to succeed? I don't feel like they're putting him in the best chance to succeed or see what he actually has. He's barely getting first team reps. You're putting him in compromising situations, and that's just not cool. And not only that, the media is just being like too funny. Like, look at this, man. Not too much crowd buzz for a pretty good 2-minute drive in progress. He's itching and reaching for a Dylan Gabriel versus Shedeur situation. Like, you can literally see it. Like, it's trash. Like, Dylan Gabriel in move the chains rhythm. Dylan Gabriel brings in second team offense. Like, we want to see, like, why aren't you talking about Shedeur not having any blocking? And look at what he posted as his headlines too. Has Dylan Gabriel earned everyone respect yet? If not, Browns QB2 job. Like, where is the post about Shedeur not having any protection? Where's the post? If you're a if you're analyzing this team and analyzing that game, are you only doing it for the sake of the Dylan Gabriel fans? Are you only doing it for the sake of trying to make Dylan Gabriel look better? Why are you not giving us a full landscape of what you're seeing going on within the QB competition on your post? Your posts look like they have an agenda, Tony, and this is the issue. Your posts have an agenda, and the way that the Browns are just moving, it just looks like they have an agenda as well, and it's not cool, man. Like that's corny to me. Like the whole way that they are moving with Shedeur Sanders has just been terrible, down to the media, coaching staff. It feels like a full-on sabotage. Like, I'm being honest, it feels like they want to do whatever they can to throw some smut on Shedeur Sanders, and they're not the proper organization to even do things like this. Like, come on, bro, your organization ain't no organization that been going crazy for you to act like this. So it's crazy to me. Like, the kid was under fire all day. That was his stats for the day. And like, when you see the receivers dropping these passes, when you see the line not blocking, trying to get the kid killed, what can you expect from him? The crowd loves him. The people in Cleveland love him already. He is a superstar, but you guys are trying to suppress his light as much as you can. And I just don't think that is cool at all, man. From the media to Tony Grossi to everyone, they're completely trying to sabotage this kid. And it is nothing he can do about it. Look at him under duress. Look at him. Look at him. Still delivers a pretty good ball right here, and the receivers drop it. So no line, no receivers. What do you expect this kid to do? What do y'all expect this kid to do? And the way that Tony Grossi comes off, and the way that Kevin Stefanski, comes off in some of these press conferences, is just showing you, he's already made up his mind about Shedeur Sanders. There's no way you can tell me that Dylan Gabriel outplayed Shedeur Sanders in the training camps leading to the preseason as well as the preseason. He was in far better situations and still didn't do as good. That performance by Shedeur Sanders still outweighed this performance right here. Shedeur still yet to throw a pick six, still yet to lose a fumble recovery. And like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing here, NFL? What are we doing here, Cleveland Browns? Let the kid go and get an opportunity to go somewhere where they're actually going to treat him right. And at this point, I'm even questioning, is there a place that's going to give him a fair shot? Because the NFL might have just sent out that word on the kid already. And it's just sad to see, man. It's just sad to see. It's not cool at all. And, it's just a sad situation for my boy Shedeur, man. It's an unfortunate situation because the kid, fought to a T. The kid was at Jackson State, did his thing. Colorado did his thing, and you guys are doing him filthy. You cannot tell me they put this kid in a situation to win on Saturday. And 12, it's gonna be all right, man. It's gonna be all right. I want to even check out some more things that was said on Twitter, man, because Twitter always kind of hits it on the T. The internet is undefeated. But John Root says Shedeur has become the Angel Reese of the NFL thanks to his supporters. And here we go with some of these analysts and their takes, man. They're blaming it on Shedeur supporters as to why he's not given certain opportunities or why people perceive him in a certain manner. I don't think it's as many delusional people about his skill set as there are just trying to completely sabotage the kid. Like, I don't see anybody just completely going left field talking about he's the GOAT. Maybe the kids are doing it because they're in the moment. He's showing them a lot of love, and that's what you want out of your superstar quarterback. But I don't see any analysts or any true supporters really just being delusional about Shedeur. We know he have work to do. I've seen a lot of people say and agree with me on the fact that let Flacco start, let him learn from a veteran, and he'll be ready because of the talent and the flashes that he showed you. But to say that he's the Angel Reese, and even Angel Reese's performance, she's an all-star. She's on a 2K cover. She's performing. The team may not be in the best situation, but she was leading them in points, rebounds, assists last time I checked. And you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the hate, bro? And we know what the hate is, man. Sometimes, I hate to say it, man, but people have these other agendas when it comes to certain guys and, just where they come from, backgrounds, how they were raised. But this kid is a class act, man. And you just gotta show him love. There's no way you can, it's no way you can continue to try to sabotage a kid like Shedeur, man. I actually wanted to see what some more of the haters was talking about because Mary Kay Cabot I know she covered some of this, and I wanted to see what she had to say. But I also want to hear Tony Grassi. You know, I showed Tony Grassi actually. I wanted to see what Kevin Stefanski was talking about in this little
Okay.
press conference.
Oh, okay. All right. And then the other thing that I wanted to ask you is, can you address this sort of persistent narrative that you're trying to sabotage Shedeur Sanders, especially after yesterday and not putting him in for the 2 minute?
Yeah, obviously, I don't concern myself with outside type of things, but I'm committed to his development, just like all of our rookies. So we'll continue to focus on getting our guys better, and that's what we'll stay committed to, and that's what's important to me.
And did you? I'm sure you kind of answered this last night, but why didn't you keep him in for the 2 minute, or why did you decide to take him out?
Yeah, nothing more than decided to give Snoop some work at the end of the game.
Okay, thank you.
And here goes Coach Kevin Stefanski, and I just don't understand. How are you committed to his development and getting him better, putting him in situations like that, and then not giving him the opportunity at the end of the game? Like, certain things are just not adding up and making sense to me. And honestly, in the beginning, when I was observing Coach Kevin Stefanski in the beginning of this training camp and QB battle, I didn't think he had too many terrible takes. But as we go along and see what's happening in the position he's putting his players in, I don't know if he's just overwhelmed, so it looked like sabotage because he got a lot of people in his ear and he doesn't know what to do, or I don't know if he's just truly lost out there. But it's no way you're committed to the kid's development and you're putting them in situations like that, Coach. I'm sorry, it's no way. Like, sell that story to somebody else because it doesn't make any sense. You have to make it make sense, Coach Stefanski. You did not put Shedeur in a good situation. And of course, Mary Kay Cabot with the good old question that I was waiting for, because of course, that's the angle that she wants to take and bring up Shedeur in some type of light to try to pitch and pull some negative story and put some more negative connotations to the kid that has shown us over and over again that he's a good kid and he's going to work hard for his position, that he has the talent to earn the spot. She, of course, still wants to, throw a little salt in the wound, and that's just what she do. She's a hater. Haters gonna hate. But man, like I just don't see where they're committed to his development and getting better. And that's something that he spoke to with the team. And it's going to be interesting now to see if Shedeur actually makes the roster. I think anybody in their right mind says yes, he will make the roster. But based on the moves that they've been making, I feel like they softly was trying to find a way to get rid of him. That's just my opinion. But, y'all can let me know what y'all think in the comments and let me know how y'all feel about what's going on here. But I don't like it, man. I don't like it. I think it's a lot of funny stuff going on with this organization in particular. And I'm really not feeling a style with the way they've handled my boy Shedeur, man. It has not been cool, and something got to give, man. Something has to give. Because this team is a struggling team, man. And I think he gives them some hope, man. I think he gives them a lot of hope. I think a lot of people has paid attention to, the Cleveland Browns organization due to Shedeur Sanders. But, what's really going on here? What is really going on here, man? What is really going on here? I want to see what Mary Kay was talking about. Let me see what Mary Kay Cabot has been talking about. And I bet you with some more weird takes about, my guy Shedeur somewhere. And I asked, we already saw this, but we just going to see. I asked Browns Kevin Stefanski about the persistent narrative that he sabotaged Shedeur. He doesn't listen to the outside noise, but said this, so she probably pretty much covered it. Kevin Stefanski said he expects Pickett to be available for week 1. He's still working through who will be back up to Joe Flacco. Coach Kevin Stefanski said, okay, that's what the first question that she had asked. I asked Browns QB Shedeur Sanders if he would do anything differently on the sideline for the 2-minute drive. Here's what he said. Let's hear.
That's what you asked for. That's what you asked for winning the game. If I could go back and do anything, it's always everything in life if you had that chance, but we don't have the luxury to travel back in time. As a kid, I want to go back and do things differently. So, overall, of course, you wish you can, but in the battle of the moment, in the heat of the battle, you want to be that alpha, you want to be that dog, you want to be out there in that final 2-minute drive. So, of course, small things, of course, frustrate, but that's what happens, when you want a player to be able to change the franchise. And that's what you asked for. That's.
And she may be reaching with that one too, but I think that was a pretty good answer by Shedeur. He keeps alluding to changing the franchise, and that's ultimately what will have to happen because they haven't had a great quarterback in a long time, and they haven't had too much success in a long time. So, the franchise definitely needs some changing, but I know they're going to try to run away with that too as well, like they did during his prospect era when pre-draft, combine era. They were trying to use that against him, that he kept saying that he wants to change the franchise. And I think he went to a team that definitely needs some changing, but it's looking like they need a little more changing than we thought, man. Head coach Kevin Stefanski got to figure something out. I really want to see what he does with this team going into the regular season. They still looking like they're going to hold on to Kenny Pickett. So that leads me to this question. I see Mary Kay just posted it. Will or why the Browns will keep all 4 quarterbacks, man. And that has always been their plan, but what is a 4 QB system like with a team at this current state? Do that mean they're going to make some cuts or do some releases and some wavering during the season? Or do you keep 4 quarterbacks, for the remaining of a season? That would be interesting to see. And how does that work? How do you track the development of what's going on? I know you're not going to be doing too much. Maybe they get a lot more ones reps because you're not going to have the starters versus starters a lot during practice. Maybe you throw in that second team and mix it up, but I don't understand why you keep 4. I don't understand why you keep Kenny Pickett in that situation and you don't just go on with the rookies. I don't think Kenny Pickett is like a franchise savior in any way. And I think you got to give those young guys a shot to show you if they have that type of potential. So I'm definitely interested to see what's going to happen with the Browns and, this QB situation. I'm interested to see, how everything is going to play out because even though coach is not going to, of course, he's not going to admit to being a part of the Shedeur sabotage, but you got to admit that it was some decisions that you have to make to benefit your player in certain under certain circumstances. That line was not blocking, these receivers are not catching the ball, and maybe you're just overwhelmed with certain things so you didn't handle things right. But I'd rather hear that than you say that you're committed to the development of the player and then you go out and do certain things like this. You don't give him no first team reps. You're doing a lot of little things that's kind of like how can I say it? It's killing the kid's confidence, man. This is a confident kid, and he does his best when he's confident, when he's in his bag, which, some of his teammates have alluded to when they tried to spew narratives and call him an entourage. They said, we want him to be as confident as possible. We want him to be, who he is in his element. And the Browns are completely taking him out of his element, and I don't think that is fair at all. However, we're going to see how this thing continues to develop and unfold, and we will be covering it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Drop a comment, subscribe, hit that like button, and welcome to the Mulaverse. Peace.